Around Dodge City and in the territory on West, there's just one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with a U.S. Marshal and the smell of Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke, starring William Conrad. The story of the violence that moved west with young America. And the story of a man who moved with it.
I'm that man. Matt Dillon, United States Marshal. The first man they look for and the last they want to meet. It's a chancy job, and it makes a man watchful. And a little lonely.
I swear, Mr. Dillon, there's days when it just don't pay to get out of bed.
Why don't you sit down, Chester?
Like today, for instance. I've been thinking back over it.
So that's what you've been doing.
I didn't hardly more than get my eyes open before I knocked over the water bucket and like to drown myself.
Chester, would you sit down?
Then I went to put my boots on, and that vinegarone stung me, and my foot's been sore and aching all day.
All right, Chester, I believe you. It's been a bad day.
And then you take breakfast. The very first thing, Pete, was all out of egg. And then that was the worst goddamn coffee I ever drunk in my whole life.
Chester, are we going through your last 18 hours, minute by minute?
I'm just pointing out to you what an unlucky day this has been.
You've already convinced me. Now, will you sit down? Oh, Kitty.
Busy?
No, come on in.
Evening, Miss Kitty.
Hello, Chester. I can't stay, Matt. I got to get back to the Long Branch, but...
Oh?
Could you come over?
Oh, what's the trouble?
It's old Jedro Haig.
Jedro?
Yeah.
In the Long Branch? Oh, he doesn't stop in there more than twice a year.
I know.
He don't even come into town much more than that.
Well, he's over there now, and he's been drinking a lot. All alone. Won't talk to anybody, but he's real upset about something, Matt.
Oh?
Yeah, I thought maybe you could straighten him out.
Kitty, I'm not so sure.
Well, I am, Matt. He's got a gun stuck in his belt.
Oh. All right, Kitty, I'll be right over.
Thanks, Matt. I'll see you there.
There you are. It's just like I said, Mr. Dillon. This day started bad, and it's going to end bad.
Well, just for once, Chester, you might be right. Evening, Jedro.
Marshal?
Well, I haven't seen you for quite a spell. How have you been?
Well, I reckon somebody told you.
Mind if I sit down? Yeah, tell me what?
Nothing. I ain't got no complaint to make to the law.
You know, when a man acts against his nature, like you coming in off the ranch and sitting around here drinking all night, wearing a gun in your belt, I know something's wrong. Now, who's the gun for, General?
Well, the youngin's back, Marshal.
Ramey?
Yeah. Come home last night like a bad penny.
Oh, it's 3 years now. Where's he been all that time?
Well, wherever it was, it ain't done him no good. He was just ornery before and sassy. Now he's mean and no good. Friends he brung with him's worse.
What friends?
Oh, a couple of fellas named of Carden and King. They're gunmen, Marshal. They got the wild bunch look to them.
I never heard of them before.
Well, not only that, but there's others coming too, Ramey says. And they're all going to run things from now on. So the best thing I can do is keep out of the way. My own young'un. Flesh and blood, and he talks to me like that.
How'd you get all those bruises on your face, Chester?
It don't matter how.
Did Ramey and his friends throw you out?
Yeah, that's what they did. Out of the house. Said if I wanted back in or get something to eat, I'd have to chop wood for the stove and do the chores. Ramey done it, and they helped him. And he laughed at me. Said that's what I used to make him do. Cut wood, things. Things are turned around now.
He's still your son, General. You can't take a gun to him.
Well, I've been sitting here studying what to do.
Why don't you sleep on it, huh? I'll ride out there with you in the morning.
I got to get them two friends of his out of there, Marshal, on account of Diane, if nothing else.
Your daughter? Oh, what do you mean?
Well, she ain't safe with them around. I seen how they looked at her. She just ain't safe.
But her brother's there. He'll look out for her.
He's changed, Marshal.
Well, not that much.
I ain't so sure.
Sure is a mighty pretty ranch, Mr. Dillon. Too bad old Jedro's getting thrown out after working so hard on it.
Yeah.
I can't figure what young Ramey wants with it anyhow. He ain't the kind of work for a living.
Maybe he's not planning to, Chester. It'd make a good base for a gang of outlaws.
Outlaws?
Yeah, he brought 2 gunmen back with him. And there's more coming, according to Jedro. Hit the ground!
Come from that brush up on the ridge, look like.
Yeah.
Dang, there sure ain't much cover here.
I think he's in that rock pile there.
I think maybe you got him, Mr. Dillon.
Yeah. Come on, Chester.
Sure didn't count on nothing like this happening.
Neither did I.
He's just laying there, not moving. Reckon he's dead.
Now, wait a minute.
There's somebody coming.
Yeah. Here. Get around back of these boulders. Look, just let him go on past. There's no use taking chances.
Yes, sir.
All right, hold it! Now, just sit easy now, both of you.
Oh, Marshal. Well, what was all the shooting about?
I was just about to ask you, Ramey.
Well, we just heard and come to find out. Ain't that so, Carter?
Sure is. Carden, huh? It must have been your other partner I just killed.
King? Now, how come you done that, Marshal?
Because I don't like being dry-gulched.
Did he do something like that?
Big surprise to you, huh?
We ain't seen King since late last night.
That's right, Marshal. That's funny. I kind of got the idea he might have been keeping a lookout on the trail here.
If he was, we sure didn't know nothing about it.
Uh-huh.
It must have been drink that drove him to it.
Time and again, me and Carden warned him about his evil ways.
Where's your sister, Ramey?
Diane? What do you want with her?
I want to talk to her.
About what?
She's up at the house.
Yeah, but if you think you're going to start any trouble...
We'll ride on up to the house. You got any objections?
No, of course not.
All right, let's go.
But, Marshal, I don't want to go into Dodge. Where'd you get such an idea?
From your father? He thought you might want to get away from here for a while.
Pa's getting old and soft in the head. Diane likes it here, and she's going to stay home where she belongs, ain't you, Diane?
Yes, Ramey.
You don't have to stay, Diane. Understand that. If Ramey or Carden here have threatened you, you can forget it. I'll see that you're protected.
Threatened her? Why, I'm her brother. Marshal, I wouldn't hurt her. Ain't that right, Diane?
Yes. That's right, Ramey.
And old Jedro's your father, Ramey, but that didn't keep you from beating him up and throwing him out of the house.
Now, there, you see? Pa is losing his wits. Nothing like that happened at all, did it, Carden?
Of course not.
Diane?
No, nothing like that. Pa just left, that's all. Well, I'll go about my chores, Marshal, if it's all right with you.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Well, that take care of your business here, Marshal?
Right now, maybe.
And Pa didn't make no charges, did he?
No.
And I say you got no reason to be on our land.
I'll see you, Ramey. Real soon, more than likely.
Matt, why don't you just boot 'em out?
I don't figure they'd boot too easy, Doc.
Yeah. That's never stopped you before.
Ah, this is different. It's a family affair, and there's a good chance they'd slip in here some night and take it out on old Jedro.
His own pa. What the tarnation's the matter with that boy, Matt?
That beats me.
Well, what are you going to do? Just sit here pounding that swivel chair and let him get away with it?
Not much I can do, Doc. No law against him coming back home. And Jedro won't sign a complaint. Says it's a family affair, and he'll handle it himself.
Yeah, he'll have to sober up some before he does any handling. All he does is hang around the Long Branch.
I sent out some inquiries, but telegraphed. Figured there might be a chance that one of those three's wanted somewhere, and then I'd have a reason to move in on him.
Seems a darn shame when the law works to help somebody like them. So, it might be a good idea to bypass the law on a thing like this, man.
No. Now, you do that once, Doc, and the dam goes up. It took too long to get what law we have here to turn around and lose it.
Wait a minute. What the dickens is going on up the street?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, get up here.
Sounds like a fight.
Quite a crowd there, Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right in front of the Long Branch.
Yeah, it is a fight. Come on, Doc. Now, let me through here. One side. All right, move back now.
Let the marshal.
On the old
All right, hold it, Carden. Don't kick him again.
I'll kick his head off.
Carden! I told you not to kick him.
He's lucky that's all I done. He tried to draw on me, Marshal. I could have shot him if I'd been a mind to.
But you liked it better this way, is that it? An old man half blind and half drunk.
He hadn't ought to jump me, Marshal.
And you hadn't ought to kicked him. You're under arrest.
Well, you got no call to arrest me.
Carden, I warned most men twice, but after what you just did, I guess once is plenty.
You want to fight, Marshal? You got one.
Good. Have you had enough?
I'm gonna kick your guts out. And I'll drop on him.
Carden? Carden, can you hear me? Well, you're under arrest anyway. When he comes to, a couple of you men bring him down to the jail, huh?
You all right, Matt?
Yeah, I'm all right, Doc. What about Jedro?
Yeah, not too bad. May have a cracked rib where Carden kicked him once. He came to in time to see the finish there. I'm going to take him up to my office.
Well, I'll walk with you. I want to talk to him.
Hey. Can you make it to my place?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Come on, then.
You ought to have kicked him, Marshal, same as he done me.
An eye for an eye, Jedro, is that it?
Yeah, he don't deserve no better.
You made a mistake trying to draw on him.
But I didn't. I just threatened to. If he didn't get out of here and leave me and mine alone.
Are you ready to sign a complaint now?
Oh, you don't go along with kinfolks, Marshal. I'll work it out myself.
You may not be so lucky the next time.
It ain't no use, Marshal.
Well, I can't force you to.
Mr. Dillon?
Yeah, what is it, Chester?
Hey, we got an answer to one of them telegraphs.
Yeah, let me see it.
Just now come in on the wire.
Yeah.
Oh, well. What is it, man?
Ramey, Carden, and King are wanted in Las Cruces for the murder of a bank guard. They hadn't sent a bulletin here because they thought they were in California.
Murder? Oh, my boy wouldn't kill anybody, Marshal.
I'm sorry, Jedro. But I gotta bring him in now.
Here she comes, Mr. Dillon.
Well, I didn't think we'd have to wait very long. I couldn't see Ramey doing the milking.
She's coming right in at the barn, all right. She's got the milk pails with her.
Well, you stay back from the door till she gets inside, and don't let her yell out and warn him, huh?
Yes, sir.
Diane?
What? Oh,
all right. Just take it easy now.
Marshal, it's Ramey. You've come here after Ramey.
Grab her, Chester. Hand over her. Now, we're not going to hurt you, Diane. But I couldn't let you warn him. It'll be easier on him if you don't. If I can take him without a fight. Now, you understand me? Now, Chester's going to take his hand away. But if you try to yell, we'll have to stop you. All right, Chester.
Yeah, there now. I'm awful sorry we scared you.
What are you after him for, Marshal? It's his home. He's got a right to be here.
I'm afraid it's a bit more serious than that now.
Yes, but he's still my brother. That's why I stayed to see if I could help him.
Didn't he threaten you?
Well, yes, but Ramey always did talk mean like that.
It's more than just talk, Diane.
Oh, it's not his fault, Marshal. It's them two men with
Wait
him.
a minute.
Ramey, come on out of that house.
Joe Jedro.
Yeah. Chester, you stay here with Diane. I'm going out the side door of the barn and see if I can slip up there by the porch.
All right, so Mr. Dillon. Now, they want me to stand easy here.
You hear me, Ramey?
What are you doing back here, you old fool?
You got no call to talk that way to your pa.
Going back to town and stay there. There ain't no room for you here. I got plans for this place.
No, you ain't, Ramey. Well, you're all alone now. King's dead, and Carter's in jail. And the marshal's on his way out here to take you in for murder.
Who told him about that? You?
No, I didn't know nothing about it.
If I thought it was you, I'd put a bullet through your head right now.
Hold it, Ramey.
You brought the marshal here, you sneaking old liar.
No, please, Ramey, don't shoot.
Drop the gun, Ramey!
No.
He's dead, Marshal?
I'm sorry, Jedro.
My own boy. I just never could believe it. My own boy.
Oh, you killed him, Marshal. You killed my brother.
I'm sorry, Diane. I had no choice. He'd have killed your father.
Oh, really?
He was a killer already, and he'd have killed again and again.
But he was still my brother, Marshal.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Pa, why can't everything be like it was when we was little?
I don't know, Diane, honey. I just don't know.
Gunsmoke. Produced and directed by Norman MacDonald. Stars William Conrad as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal. Featured in the cast were Parley Bear as Chester, Howard McNear as Doc, and Georgia Ellis as Kitty. George Walsh speaking. Join us again next week for another specially transcribed story on Gunsmoke. This is the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.